Castaway? Could you exactly explain what this is? Well, what are you talking about? Well, usually you just do things like PC versus console and perks to PCs and consoles. But what is this? This is different. What are you doing exactly? Oh, I'm just mixing up my content. For now on, I'm going to be talking about gaming news. Let's see, also PC versus console, and my thoughts on video games. Now, I will have 3 branches to my channel and more variation, which is all in all a good thing. I think I'll have one of each week or so thing until I have the time to go daily, because my final goal is to go daily, or at least just have it be Monday through Friday and nothing in the weekends. So today's topic is why Fallout New Vegas is the best Fallout out of all of them, the ones I've played. I've only played Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas. If you don't know what Fallout is like Skyrim but with guns, but more diverse in the ways that you can play it in many different playstyles, and it takes place in a nuclear wasteland based off of 1950s futuristic postmodern existence. Well, it was basically as if what people thought the future would be in the 1950s, and it's the future in this. Whatever, who cares? Post-apocalyptic, good 1950s-esque goodness. Not that I've done a terrible job explaining the premise, and why would you even click on this video if you don't know what Fallout is. Let's continue to why I think it's good. Fallout New Vegas is fantastic, and it's way better than the newest Fallout 4. It's amazing. In my opinion, Fallout New Vegas is a masterpiece, and don't worry, do not worry, I'm not going to be going Bethesda fanboy on you. And one of the main criticisms that Fallout New Vegas has is that it's too much like Fallout 3. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. Because, you know, for one thing, Fallout New Vegas is actually good, unlike Fallout 3. Whoa, 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 sit down, sit back down, sit back down. Put down the Todd Howard labeled baseball bat. And I'll explain why Fallout New Vegas is leagues ahead of Fallout 3. For one thing, Fallout New Vegas' story is way better than Fallout 3's. It has more holes in it than the protagonist of RoboCop at the beginning of the original. If the Brotherhood of Steel are so concerned with Project Purity, why didn't they send guards over there? How do they expect us to be attached to the dad when we've only known them for a few quests and never seen them, besides the fact that it's played by a really good actor? An actor we only see 3 times in the story. If the Enclave are really hell-bent on destroying all of mankind and putting the toxin into the river, why didn't they just do it themselves? In fact, why did they even need to put a toxin into the river when the river was already poisoned by severe radiation? Why should they even need the toxin when they have the technology and weapons to go around and kill everything in the capital wasteland without any opposition besides the Brotherhood of Steel? If the guy really wanted the megaton bomb to explode, why didn't he just have someone else do it besides the Lone Wanderer? Plus, New Vegas has some pretty interesting characters, more interesting ones than you'd see in Fallout 3. Let's see, the memorable ones are the dad and the superheroes. There you go, that's all the memorable ones. But really, there are so many interesting characters from Fallout New Vegas. Caesar, Mr. House, Benny, the Birdman, Ulysses, Rex, the Kings. That's just a few to name off the top of my head. The DLCs as well were much better. You know, in Fallout 4 we got 3 construction DLCs and 2 story ones. And in Fallout 3 we got a DLC for the game's real ending. Doesn't that sound bad? But in this, you got a world of pure greatness. With every DLC, the Lonesome Road, the Hearts, Old World Blues, every single one felt truly different. And they weren't cheap. It wasn't like Mothership Zeta where it was just a bunch of corridors. No, these were big, open, amazing worlds, and it wasn't linear like the VR one from Fallout 3. It was a thing to behold. something truly epic. But you know, with Fallout 4, Bethesda's like, oh, something improved upon, something we could have done in Fallout 4. No, get that gay shit out of there. We aren't gonna put up with that. Wow, I just realized how much shaking my mic is doing. Really, it's because I need to get a dedicated mic instead of these headphones. Plus, the game wasn't covered in a green, disgusting tint the entire time. Fallout New Vegas had this thing called color, and yes, it was kind of yellowish, but that's because it took place in a desert. Plus, the multiple features not featured in Fallout 4 that were really made in New Vegas and perfected upon. The faction interaction, stuff like that, how every single side quest could actually affect the main story. It was genius the way it was. Things like the Lonesome Road DLC tying into the actual world where you can take a boat to the town you destroyed, you know, and the vilification, you know, if you do so many bad things to a faction, unlike in Fallout 4, where you would just be bad with a faction if you did one mission or two. It wasn't like that. Every single action you took had long-lasting effects. That is how you make a story, Bethesda. That is it for now. Remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you want, turn on notifications, comment, tell your opinion, and have a nice day. See ya.